welcome back to another video. Today's video, I am gonna be talking to you guys about where I have been for the last, 3-4 weeks now. So let's start out for the very beginning. Around second week of January, I was starting to feel like I was like dealing with a cold, because I was coughing and I had the runny nose and stuff, and I wake up on the following week on Monday, and my throat was on fire, I was coughing, and I was running into fever. So my parents told me to go in to get tested, and so I did, and the tests were negative, which was good, because the 3 symptoms that I had were the start of influenza. And my dad, he had it for a while, but I think he's getting to the point where he's getting better now. So the coughing, the sneezing, some earache was getting worse, and I started getting like a rash right up in here on my chest, and I ran a fever of 100 and something, and my dad looked it up, and he's like, everybody get dressed. So my parents and I get dressed, we go to the ER, and this was on January 31st, and I started explaining to them what happened, what was wrong, and then not even a second later, they bring me back. And I was getting like really thirsty at this point, because I was like, it wasn't really like dry mouth, it was just like, like I needed to drink something. And so I would ask the nurse, I'm like, can I have some ice water, please? And she brought me some. And then they start prepping to put an IV in this hand, and then they put another the IV was in this hand, but they put the medication in this hand, and then so they gave me something for the fever, but that was pill form, and then they gave because I was still running a fever, not terribly, but it was getting down. And then the doctor comes in, I explained to him what happened, and then he's like, well, let's get you x-rays, see what's going on. And then I told him about this too, and he looked at it. He wasn't concerned. I think he was more concerned about like the coughing and the other stuff. So not long after, by this point, I was watching TV and everything with my mom because she wanted to make sure that I wasn't gonna get admitted or anything. And so yeah, by this point, the x-ray technician comes in, grabs me, and wheels me to get the x-ray done. And when I get there, another lady comes in. She starts telling me what I need to do and stuff like that, and she says to hold my breath in, and so she could take the x-ray. And when she told me that, it kind of hurt on this side. So, and that never happened before. Well, for me anyway. So when I got that done, they wheeled me back to the room. They put the, not the, I can't think what it's called now, but they put the blood pressure cuff back on me, and then, they left the room. And then a while later, I get the results back from the blood test, and that showed that there was, I can't even remember now. It wasn't bad. I don't think the blood test was bad. But then, not long after that, I get the x-ray results. And they said, and it showed and said that there was some ammonia in my left lung. So I was kind of taken aback, and like I didn't think, at first I didn't realize something like that would happen because I never had ammonia before. I mean, it was always like bronchitis or whatever. And then so my mom and I both were talking, and she of course would relay the messages or what went down to my dad because he was out in the car. And the doctor comes in. No, wait. Sorry. Back a little. The nurse comes in, and she puts in this hand a liquid form of an antibiotic. And she said that's gonna help me with sorry. She said this medication will help me until at least tomorrow or the next day. And then after when she got done with that, the doctor comes in and he tells my mom and I that I have ammonia in my left lung. And he starts talking to me about the medication, and like, how they would always ask about the allergies or whatever. And so by this point, I couldn't pick up my medication that I was prescribed, because by this point it was like 11:30 at night. So I had to wait until the next day anyway. And so when she put the medication in my hand, that would be enough to hold me over until I got the medication. And so the next day, I get out and my parents and I go home, and at this point I'm just like tired because of all the coughing and what went down and all that stuff. And my the next day, my dad and I go to get up. We go to the pharmacy where I have my medication at, and we go to pick it up. And they're like, you do know, or does she have any allergies? And we both say amoxicillin and a rash, because that's what happens to me if I take amoxicillin or penicillin. I'll get a rash. And they're like, well, just so you're aware, this medication is a cousin to the amoxicillin. So keep your eyes out for a rash. And in my head, I'm like, okay. So the medication helped me. I was taking my inhaler a lot more than I should have. But, I was coughing so much, I was struggling in a way. And then I would use my dad's nebulizer. And that helped me too. I'm okay in that part. Like, I don't have the medication anymore. I'm taking my inhaler less. Normal again. And I'm still coughing, just not as bad. And recently I talked to my doctor about that too, and she said that's gonna be happening for a while, at least. So, yeah. But I wanted to come on here and tell you guys what's been going on. I do plan to do a cover either Saturday or next week. I'm gonna kind of challenge myself, because I'll get these like songs in my head and they'll play back and forth kind of thing. So I'm kind of in a toss up right now. I'm not gonna tell you which ones yet, but I'm hoping either tomorrow or next week I'll have a decision, and we'll go from there. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.